It's a vital VVAL battle as the Justin Siena Braves face the Petaluma Trojans in varsity girls lacrosse from Steve Ellison Field.
Another wonder goal! Oh my goodness!
And a very good evening from Steve Ellison Field. I'm Griffin Epstein. Petaluma Trojans take on the Justin Siena Braves here. An important varsity girls lacrosse matchup. The Trojans badly searching for their second VVAL victory of the year, and they've certainly got a shot to do it against the Justin Siena Braves. Petaluma coming off a tight loss to rival Casa Grande. They're hoping to use their good play from that matchup on Tuesday night to a victory here tonight. The Braves, meanwhile, hoping for a victory of their own as they look for a VVAL title. They currently sit in second place. Justin Siena, Petaluma, coming up next, right here on Trojan Live. Welcome you up top, Steve Ellison Field. The game has just started off. Liz Monka, a quick goal for the Trojans. And they have quickly taken a 1-0 lead here over the Braves. Monka winning the draw and taking it in for the score. So 1-0, 1 minute gone. Justin Siena in the blue and Petaluma in the white. A very quiet Thursday evening here at Steve Ellison Field. There's about 20 fans in the stands. What a beautiful evening, in fact. It's been raining all day, but the rain has subsided for a dry evening. A nice sunset. It will be wet playing conditions. That will have an effect on the game, but no rain expected. And the wind basically at a standstill. Good control here early for the Trojans. They get it into the hands of their best player. Sophomore Liz Monka leads the team in goal scoring. Moser, also coming off a 4-goal game on Tuesday night against the Gauchos. Mentioned the Trojans' strong performance in that one. Patient Trojans. Justin Siena only one loss so far in VVAL as Monka comes around the crease and subsides. All about patience here. To the X. This young Trojan team working on its chemistry, but so far at work here. A quick goal by Monka. Now patience, exactly what you want to see if you're head coach Sarah Shada. For the Trojans. Shattuck spins but lost the ball in her move, and the Braves take it the other way. Looking for some control. They really haven't gotten any offense yet. And an errant pass. Intercepted. Rocco with a nice defensive play. And the Trojans press it up again. Right down the middle is Moser. Never really got the ball out of her stick. Easy save made by the keeper. Gets the cowbell approval from the Justin Siena stands. Braves the ones looking like they're walking on quick stand to start here. Very slow start for them. They should have an opportunity offensively. The Trojans backup goalkeeper Michaela Mahoney again in goals. They get it right over the center. Excellent passing, and that ties this ball game up at 1. Monka in the draw position has already won the first two, so vital here. Girls lacrosse, a few minutes gone, and we're all knotted at 1. It was Caroline Melicon on the score for the Braves. The Braves win it this time. Good aggression there by Maddox. Braves got it finally up into the offensive side. Got players down and a gorgeous pass right over the middle. No opportunity for the Trojans to get a stop. The Braves now back in. Mahoney just scoops it up. Loose ball. Michaela Mahoney, senior, pushed into emergency goal duty. Audrey Nagy, the senior starting goalkeeper for the last 2 years for the Trojans, but ineligible all the way until next month. The Trojans have their battle for the paddle game. That'll be the first game Nagy returns at. The Trojans surviving with Mahoney for now, who's been learning goalkeeper on the job. Certainly doesn't make things easy. Mahoney's been the keeper since March 7th against Tam. Goal kept every league game except for the first one against Cardinal Newman. Osman, the senior captain, bumped. Picked up, though. So much traffic these Braves are generating right now around the fan. Not a lot of room for Trojan movement after Monca went right through them for the first goal. Inside, fired wide. Another chance over the top. And Maddox nearly had the goal. Here's a penalty on the Braves. No penalty on the Trojans. On Maddox trying to reach over there and put it in, and the Braves can head the other way. Misplayed ball. Picked up by Trojan defense. And they have a vital role tonight, keeping the ball away from the keeper, Mahoney. Saw Rocco already make a nice play, the freshman. Gets it for De Herrera. Williams, junior for Petaluma. It's a young squad, but they have ambition. They want to try to get back-to-back winning records for the first time in school history. Currently one league victory. It was against Rancho Cotati 2 weeks ago. And off an 18-9 loss to Casa Grande, but it was a lot closer than the scoreboard indicated. It was a 3-goal deficit at 9-6 halfway through that second half, and then the Gauchos really blew it open. Trojans hoping to keep up the intensity throughout this one. This Braves team very experienced, though. A lot more experienced than Petaluma. Oh, Maddox had it. Just could not corral the slick ball. Already thinking about putting that one in the back of the net. Penalty on Petaluma. The Braves are 4-3 overall, 3-1 in league. That one loss to Casa Grande. (18-10) loss to the Gauchos. They're coming off a nice 17-9 victory against Cardinal Newman on Tuesday, team that Petaluma lost to in a tight one earlier this year. Six minutes gone and two 25-minute halves here between Petaluma and Justin Siena on a Thursday night from Steve Ellison Field. Hear the loud communication by these Trojans. Don't want to allow any room for the Braves. Juke and step, Osman right in front of it. Through the middle, it's a whole wall of Trojan sticks to meet the Brave attacker. And then an infraction on the Braves. Joel McDonald, the head coach for Justin Siena. Hoping the Braves can make it 4 victories in a row. They played a good non-league schedule too. Some of the top teams in the area. Trojans tested themselves as well and played TAM, top team in the North Bay. Got a nice 12-11 victory in their season opener against Clayton. Shattuck, the speedy sophomore, looking for some room. Trojans sitting 6 right now in the VVAL standings, but a win really puts them back in the thick of things. Inside, Moser having to take it back out. Whistle and foul on the Braves. Trojans sit at 1-3, and there's really gridlock in the middle of the pack. Windsor, Cardinal Newman, Sonoma Academy all at 500 in league. A loss by Justin Siena could be deadly to their VVAL hopes. They would really fall to the middle of the pack, but still only one game behind the undefeated Gauchos at the moment. Pass to Monka. Able to hold on, but lost her momentum going forward. Creative play. Monka takes it back out and will reset. To the X. There has been no room around this Brave defense. On a defensive game, there's no shot clock either. In lacrosse, girls lacrosse, there is in boys. I'll ask for a lot more patience. The girls game. Foul, and that means a penalty shot from that arc you see in the fan, and Herrera. So a big chance here for the junior to give Petaluma back the lead. 10 minutes gone, 15 minutes to go in the first half. She'll pass it to Shattuck. Back to Herrera, the give and go. Didn't work out. The Justin Siena 6 were there. Somehow one back, it looked like. Yes, indeed. The interception, and then dropped by Maddox. Oh, a couple chances so far tonight for Maddox, but she's thinking goal before she's even shooting the ball. Really even having possession of the ball on her stick. Gotta slow it down. The opportunities are abounding for Petaluma. Mahoney able to knock that one off. Now the Trojan defense can get set. Braves new to the VVAL. It's the same league as last year for Petaluma, with the exception of Justin Siena, the only new addition. Over the middle. That's wide. Nice play from the X for the Braves. Very similar looking to their first goal. But Mahoney just able to get the edge of her stick on it. Divert it wide. I'll try that one again. Now it's going to be the penalty shot from the fan. 1-2 move, top shelf finish. What a play by the Brave attacker. It was Carolina Wells, the junior, off the penalty shot. 1-2 right over the stick of Mahoney. And 12 minutes into this game, Justin Siena takes the lead for the first time, 2-1. A nice rebound for the Braves after giving up the opening goal. Trojans have controlled the majority of offense, but unable so far to find the magic recipe. Trojans sitting at 2-4 overall. Trying to mark their way back to a 500 record, needed to go to NCS. Trojans made NCS for the first time last year. Hoping to do so again. Have to be at 500, and it will be a stiff task for this young Trojans. Right back over the middle. Another whistle, and it's going to be another penalty shot. Undisciplined right now here, this Petaluma defense. Fitzgerald will take it. Knocked away from behind. Monka got a stick on it. Exceptional play by the sophomore. She just flies all over the field. Led the Trojans in goal scoring last year as a freshman. That time the Trojan defense reading. The pass up top over the goal. And the Braves come away with it still. And centered and scored. Left unmarked on the right side of the net. Allison Clark, the senior for the Braves. It's 3-1, and the Trojans suddenly on the back foot of things here. Well, the Trojans had their early opportunities and now paying for them. These Braves, experienced and dangerous, so many seniors. 10 in total, and they return nearly their whole team from last year. You've seen it once they've settled in here. They've got some talent. The Trojans need to find a way to mix things up on the offensive end. They have still controlled the majority of play, and see this Brave defense getting aggressive in the midfield, not even trying to give the Trojans opportunities. There's dangerous Petaluma attackers. Maddox. Johnson. We've seen Moser with a couple of chances, and Monka, who has the one goal. Trojans will take it out, reset. What do they have designed in the playbook, though, to break this defense? Pure speed sometimes works right down Main Street. And scoring. Sometimes you just take it yourself, throw out the playbook, and go mano a mano. And an exceptional job that time to tie the game up for cut the lead to 1, I should say. Nicoletta Johnson, just mentioned her, speedy freshman, makes it 3-2. 10 minutes remaining in this first half. Monka, again in this big draw position. The Trojans are going to need her to have success throughout this game if they want to win it. Scooped up by Moser. If you can get a shot out of the break, really give an opportunity. Moser tried there. Unable to, and the Braves take it the other way. Stolen, Cuevas Cavanas with it, and now to Monka. Finishing on the left side, and we are tied. Liz Monka already her second goal. The Trojans pressure defensively. The difference there, they pressure the left side. The Braves unable to clear, and the Trojans, an exceptional job finishing on the break. This team has speed. They aren't going to score a lot of goals when the defense gets into its set, but the speed really gives them an opportunity to score goals off it, and that's going to start with plays defensively to push it up. You got to build up from the back. About 8 minutes left here in this first half. The Trojans have answered the Braves. We're tied at 3. Oh, you can see the want and fight here for the Trojans. They know how important this game is for the rest of their season. Nearing the halfway point in league play, so we near the end of March. To the X, this is how the Braves operate their offense, up top again and scoring again. Rinse and repeat. Different goal scorers for the Braves. They all know how to do it right now, and the Trojan defense is gonna need to make some adjustments. Not a surprise to see the timeout called by Sarah Shada, as the Trojans right now struggling to defend the pass up top the goal. 4-3 the score, as it was Fitzgerald, her second goal on that goal, and you'll see what adjustments head coach Sarah Shada decides to make. This Trojan defense struggling right now to stop the Braves attack. 4-3 with about 7 minutes left to go here in this first half. The Braves lead. So the 1-goal lead for the Braves. We near the end of this first half. We saw the Trojans talking about this Justin Siena offense and their switching and what adjustments they need to make to solve this offense that right now is giving them a lot of problems. Winning these draws continue to help with Monka leading it. Gets it to Moser, back to Monka. Monka runs right over the Brave. I don't get how that's a foul on her, though. If anything, that's a foul on the Justin Siena player. I do not allow a lot of physicality. The refs in girls lacrosse, I guess they ruled that Monka initiated that. She was just headed right down Main Street, and the defender got in the way. Back over the middle, up and over. Mahoney looked like she never saw it. And those are the struggles of someone that hasn't played goal most of their life. What you can't allow if you're the Trojans, easy pickings for the Braves, 5-3. Justin Siena's going to be able to make adjustments. They know what to do out there. The Trojans are going to have to respond. They're going to have to control play offensively like they did the first couple minutes of this game, even when they didn't score. And it has been rough going for this Petaluma defense of late. About 19 goals to the Gauchos on Tuesday in that loss. And 11 to a winless Rancho team, even in a 19-11 victory. Moser, sophomore, really has become a focal point of the Trojans. Osmond, the senior captain, she's really the leader out there for Petaluma. Locally, and her experience as well, for a varsity player. Herrera trying to go around, but you just can't go through the Braves. You gotta go around them. Loses that. Gets it for a nice stick there by Maddox to nearly poke it out. And it will be Brave ball on the side out. The Trojans lost 11 seniors from last year's team, the best team in school history in the 4 years of the program. The first winning record, or 8-7 last year, and tied for third in MBL with Windsor at 5-5. Mentioned they made NCS playoffs for the first time, lost to Campo Lindo as a 14 seed, an accomplishment in itself. 138 in the state of California, only behind Cardinal Newman and Casa Grande. Braves back to offense, looking to stretch the lead. Just got right around the defender and scored. It's too easy right now for Justin Siena. (6-3), and the Braves have their biggest lead so far of the game. It was Kieran Monteverde, another one of those 11 seniors on the Braves who scored. Experience that Petaluma had last year, similar to the experience the Braves have this year. And offensive prowess. Braves lead by 3, and the Trojans will need to search for a response. To the X, the Trojans set up their offense. Petalum's offense has to be on nights like these when the defense isn't coming through and you're not expecting too much from an inexperienced goalkeeper. Not only is Petaluma inexperienced, but a lot of the experience they have has been out for much of the middle half of this season. Have 5 seniors on the team, but only Osmond and Mahoney currently playing for Petaluma. And Mahoney normally an attacker herself, but she's had to play goalie. Foul as Herrera falls to the ground. He will get a penalty shot and an opportunity here for the junior. That's not the kind of shot you're looking for, right into the net of the Brave keeper. The lead is still 3, and we've got under 5 left in the first half. Lots of room to operate here for Justin Siena. A Catholic school out of Napa's made the trip 45 minutes west here on this wet Thursday. Inside, tight angle. Mahoney's just really struggling to see the ball at all right now. Another one you wouldn't want to let in. And the Braves on a roll. Boink scores there for them. And it is 7-3. The Trojans answered the Braves to tie it at 3, and since then, it's been all Justin Siena, 4 straight goals. And the ball has really been in the Braves' court. Mentioned a lot of the experience for Petaluma not being out there. 3 seniors not playing. Both Audrey Nagy, who would be the starting keeper, Riley Zazon, ineligible. They have been since March 7th. Their loss to Tam was their first game they were out. Now the 5th game that they've been out, and that will continue all the way until mid-April on April 18th when they face Casa Grande. They will be ineligible. And then Tess Barron, who's out with an ankle injury, will return on that same Battle for the Paddle game against Casa Grande right here on April 18th. But after this one, still 5 more games to be played before the Trojans can get to that. Osmond. Battling on the wing. 7-3 the score. Justin Siena leading as we near the business end of this first half. Williams. Herrera mishandles it. Trojans brought great energy out of this game since the start. Right, Justin Siena has really amped up the pressure, amped up their game style, and Petaluma's looked at a loss. Osmond spins through a pack of Braves, but ball knocked away. Good ball movement down the flank on the break. The Braves have executed this perfectly, and they've known to get shots on net. Here's another opportunity over the middle, fired. Mahoney makes the save. That's good to see. The senior finally able to come up with one. That's just her 2nd save of the game. Bumped out there. Down the wing, you gotta pass the ball if you're Williams. You just stepped on the end line. That's what you worry about. This team just does not have a lot of experience. And the chemistry's not all there yet. 9 returners. They lost 11 seniors from last year. The heart and soul not only of this team, but of this program. So they get it back in the middle. Monteverde there. Mahoney had no idea where the ball was. Turned around and found it right at her feet. The seniors that graduated last year, they were freshmen when this program was founded, and they really watched it grow up. 3 losing seasons, and then really put it together last year when they were seniors. Now it's kind of having to rebuild. Trojans call timeout in the closing seconds of the first half, looking for a spark here as they trail 7-3 to Justin Siena. See the beautiful clouds heading by, the residue of a midday storm here in Petaluma as the sun's setting. 2 minutes left to go here on a quiet Thursday night at Steve Ellison Field. And the Trojans trailing 7-3 to 2nd place in VVAL. Experienced Justin Siena squad. Exceptional job of coaching and a game plan so far here by the Brave head coach Noel McDonald. Williams going through traffic, but we saw it earlier. You gotta pass the ball. It's simple teamwork. And the Braves do that very well. This team is working as one. They get it all the way forward. Only Rocco is back now. It's mano a mano with Mahoney, and that's not even fair, especially with one of the best players out on the field, Monteverde, the captain. 8-3, and this Trojan defense struggling to hold on to the speed, pace, and chemistry of the Braves. Petaluma came out so strong in this game, scored the opening goal, and since then they've really had a hard time answering. And with Trojans, you need to find a way to get a goal, get some time and possession to do something, because momentum is firmly in the Braves' hands. A 5-goal run after this one was tied up at 3. And they've been 5 quick goals too. The Braves have barely had to work for them. Monka. Osman. Senior captain leads the troops here, and the only senior out of 5 that's getting out and really playing on the playing field. Spin move by Moser. Jukes one all the way down the middle, shoots and scores! Kylie Moser, spectacular. She made that look silly. Braves were falling at her feet. Her first goal, and a big one too. It makes it 8-4 and stops the 5-0 run by the Braves. Sophomore was on varsity last year, but didn't get a lot of playing time. So talented. One of the most athletic players on the field. The youth on this Trojan team is certainly something to look forward to. Monka, Moser, Johnson. The future is bright, no doubt, for Petaluma girls lacrosse. Trojans win the draw. Gotta get it forward and get it out of this dangerous Braves offense that's having its way right now. Jacqueline Maddox, that's the younger sister of Juliet, goes on the run. Looked like it was knocked away from behind. A shove is called. Eliciting laughs from the Braves fans. A mere smattering of them and made the long trip from Napa. Shattuck. The Trojans trying to piece 2 together here and get on a run. So much about momentum here. Girls lacrosse. In the middle, Moser off the post. Exceptional pass, sophomore to sophomore from Monka, and Moser just had a little bit too much mustard on it. Now the Braves the other way, Monteverde coast to coast. My goodness, the senior captain for the Braves, a special talent out there. No one right now has the speed to contend with her. 9-4 the score. This Trojan defense badly in need of adjustments. Just cannot keep up with the speed and athleticism of the Braves, but it's hard when the other team really has more talent out on the field. What can you do if your head coach Sarah Shada, who's been with this program all 4 years, Petaluma High School alum herself, she knows girls lacrosse, back of her hand. Infraction on the Trojans and another penalty shot for the Braves. The last thing you want to give to Michaela Maroney if you're this Petaluma defense. Right in and scores. Ten goals put up in this first half. A slow start for Justin Siena, and right now their offense cannot be quelled. 10-4, and things starting to get out of hand here at Steve Ellison Field. Talked about the Trojan defense has just had such a hard time without their starting keeper, and it has badly affected them in this game. The Braves started off this game really having to work to get their goals around this Trojan defense, getting to the X and throwing balls over the goal. Really, in the second half of this first half, Braves have just gotten some speed, found some openings, or got some penalty shots. Found easy places to finish. That one somehow goes 11-4. Maroney has just made 2 saves tonight. And the Braves rolling right now. Well, Trojans kept it close against Casa Grande. It was a 3-goal game at halftime. And into that second half, the Petaluma was hanging around. It got out of hand. Kind of like seeing a similar thing where it just becomes a flood of goals and Petaluma can't stop its momentum. Issue is this is so much earlier in the game. They're already out of energy. Centered, scored. That one no one could save. 12-4. Allison Clark gets in on the action. This deep Justin Siena team, Monteverde is really the star. They have so many players that can finish out there. 10 seconds remaining in this first half. Will mercifully come to an end for Petaluma. They've given up far less goals in games than they have in this first half, even with Mahoney in goal. Another draw won by the Braves. There is the whistle before Justin Siena can do it. That is 25 minutes, and it was 25 minutes of horror for Petaluma. A good start hung around, and then things got ugly in a hurry. 12-4. The Trojans will need to find some adjustments in the second half if they want to get back in this one. Head coach for the Trojans, Sarah Shada, telling her team to get angry for this second half and find a spark. Not bad advice. The way the Trojans were playing by the end of that first half, really just treading water and trying to stay afloat. And they were basically drowning in their own defensive struggles by the end of it. They'll switch sides of the field. Hope that can make a difference. The deficit is 8. This Trojan team can score, and they're going to need to find a way to control the ball, as they did early in that first half. Slow it down a little bit, even if that does sacrifice some goal scoring, because I just don't think there are very many solutions defensively for Petaluma. This Brave team has a lot more talent offensively and a lot more skill and athleticism, and you have a liability in goal. Braves hoping to go to 4-1. Casa 4-0 so far in VVAL. They were 1 MBL last year, trying to do the same thing in this brand new league, Vine Valley Athletic League, but it's just one team bigger. And the Braves, Lacrosse really didn't see much of a change. Right down the middle, and the Braves open up the second half with the first goal. And Trojans at least making them work for it, if that's a bright spot in giving up that one. 13-4, and the lead is stretched to 9, the biggest it's been. And the goal scored by Mia Vlaming, one of the 3 senior captains on this experienced and talented Justin Siena squad. And really surprising that the Gauchos actually won by 8 goals over them at a pretty easy time. The way this Braves offense has looked tonight, it has looked nearly unstoppable. Monka looked like she had the face-off, or the... Looked like she had the draw, but Braves somehow won it, and now they set up into their offense. And a little bit more physical year two, and not the most physical game, but difference. Flag is up. It's not going to matter. Plate advantage. And rinse and repeat for the Braves. Carolina Wells gets her second goal of the evening, the junior midfielder. I'll wave off the flag. 14-4. There'll be a running clock now after goals with the 10-goal lead. Typically happens a lot later in the half. Nice 25-minute halves. The long way to go in this one, and Justin Siena making this one a rout. Young Trojans here, still so much to learn. You're playing a good team. Just kind of, what can you do to battle out there? Continue to play good lacrosse. Stay focused and improve. Got to treat it this way, and Petaluma will have some opportunities in VVAL in the future. They have Branson on Monday right here, and it'll be a tough non-league game against the MCAL opponent. On Friday, they'll be at Windsor, Jaguar team that they beat once last year. We'll see Rancho again, a team they beat. They also have Sonoma Academy on senior night. That's certainly a winnable game. They only lost by 3 to the Coyotes. And of course, Casa Grande in the battle for the paddle again, where they will get Nagy back. And they'll have Nagy back for that Sonoma Academy game as well. So that does make a big difference defensively. A lot to learn for a lot of these young players out on the field. Continue to build chemistry. Trojans control. It's Lauren Beals, the junior, to sophomore Shattuck. Shattuck, quite an athlete here at Petaluma. Star wrestler, back-to-back years of making it to state. It's an underclassman. This one is centered, but the clank of sticks breaks it up. Those Trojan attackers, no, don't let Justin Siena out. Shattuck wins it. That's the kind of fight you want to see by Petaluma. Whistle and discipline being laid out by the refs. It's going to lead to a penalty shot and an opportunity for Brooklyn Shattuck to get her first goal of the evening. It's the sun disappearing behind the clouds here and night descending. Little 1-2 step, and the second time we've seen that. And these penalty shots for the Trojans, they just don't have enough on them. There are a lot of holes on the back end defensively. Look out, it's Monteverde again. She already has a hat trick tonight. She might not be the only Brave by the end of the evening to have one. Oh, hard fall, no call there. Moser got a piece of the Brave, but artificial turf really limits the damage when you have a fall. This is beautiful new Steve Ellison Field, just a year old, second year this lacrosse team playing on it. It's about at its year anniversary now since it first opened. So the Braves score again. Looking at another score to the scorebook. Grace Walter scores, the senior, and all three senior captains are in the scores book now for the Braves. It is 15-4. 6 minutes gone here in this second half. And the Braves cruising towards a 5th league victory and their 4th victory in the last 5 games. This team is hot right now. Trojans really came into this game with some momentum. Beat Rancho Catani for their first league victory, 19-11. Big offensive performance. Had spring break. Came back against the Gauchos and really kept up for most of the game with Casa Grande. Showed good fight. Started this game off well, an early Liz Monca goal. Justin Siena scored a couple goals with some nice offensive experience. And Mahoney unable to come up with the saves, but they answered. 2 goals made it 3-3. Monteverde crosses over. Mahoney makes her 3rd save of the night. Tied all at 3. Really, things fell apart. Trojans let some holes on the defensive side. Justin Siena started to use its speed and athleticism and find the weaknesses in this Trojan defense, and they realized if they got shots on goal, Mahoney was going to have a very hard time with them, which isn't the case on the other end. The Justin Siena goalie has done an excellent job making a couple saves. Twyla Borick, only a freshman, but they get it down right towards Borick. Use all that size, a massive frame, and you can see her speed too. She gets it downfield, giving Trojan attackers some trouble. Heads out. It's a good fight by Beals trying to win it. Forecheck there, and a foul. Nope, they're going to call offensive foul. So Shattuck will win it. Here's some numbers for Petaluma. Speedy Shattuck mentioned her wrestling exploits, very strong, but she's also a varsity cross-country runner. Varsity is a freshman last year, too. Part of a sophomore class that is remarkably talented here at Petaluma High. We've kind of seen it develop this year, that storyline. How Trojan teams are going to be 2 years. It's going to be something special to follow. The individual athletes, the sophomores, there's a good 10 to 15 that are, I think, D1 college-worthy athletes, and often some of those decide to take the academic route. But there are so many sophomores that are so athletic, so talented, already contributing big things at the varsity level. And a great pass to Moser, and the howitzer in the corner. There's a 5th goal. And the assist, well done to Monka. Her 2nd assist of the night. Monka can pass the ball well, too. She's a lifelong lacrosse player. 5th goal for Petaluma gets it back to single digits, 14-5. The Braves still with a 9-goal lead. Monka as well, part of the sophomores making a difference here. A success from the varsity basketball team. We're going to see Esteban Bermudez and Ivan Cortez, Eric Perez. They're like sophomores leading the boys basketball team. Girls basketball, Rose Nebben and Taylor Jacopi. Soccer, we saw Pablo Cortez de Leon. He's a magical boys soccer player. A lot of those teams, there's a lot of other sophomores already up at that level, even if they don't have the name recognition. There are going to be so many good teams, and everyone's going to be experienced in 2 years. Trojan Tribune will actually have an article. Be hitting newsstands next month. You can check that out. Good offensive play, and Petaluma is just really struggling to mark players and stay on them. It was Carolina Wells who's got a hat trick. If you were in the tradition of throwing hats onto the field for the hat trick, you had better brought plenty of extra hats, because they'd all be on the field by this point. Lead extended back out to 10 with 10 minutes gone, 15-5. For the Trojans, also pride on the line too. This is a bad score right now, but if you're Petaluma, you want to continue to battle and make this a respectable result. High up into the air, Moser battling for it. She's got 2 goals tonight. Monka's got 2, and Johnson with 1 for Petaluma. Osmond. Shattuck battling. Seeing the physicality increase here in this one. Scooped out by Shattuck. She's all over the field right now. Exceptional effort by the sophomore. She's not quitting. It's what you want. Another one of those returners, but barely a returner. She was called up for the VVAL tournament in NCS. The Braves pass it forward. They do such an excellent job with the long passes. But there is some resistance by the Trojan defense. Joe Rocco, freshman. A couple nice plays early made by the Trojan defense. And then all hell broke loose. Battle in the midfield here, so vital. And the Braves run it down. Shattuck knocks it away. She does not care what the score is. Trying to get it to Moser. It's Justin Siena defense all over it. Braves coach trying to lead some encouragement to this team. Try to keep their intensity up. They were very relaxed at halftime. Lots of laughing from their huddle. All alone, and Mahoney just looks so helpless in goalie. It's painful to watch. Just kind of leaving a stick out there and hoping that the ball goes in the right place. It hasn't done that much tonight. 16-5, and it is Wells again. Trojans just cannot keep up with the speed of the junior. She's got 4 goals. Justin Siena has 16 goals, and they're nearing a season high for goals. So they are approaching their 5th victory of the season, 106th ranked in the state. They have 54 goals scored so far this year, or 84 goals so far this year. It's an electric offensive team. They've given up 75. Our offense for the taking, but the Trojan offense has just struggled to keep up, and they've struggled to just have control of the balls. That one heads out to the right of the camera. Put 17 up on a decent Newman team. That's their high so far. Need a couple more to top that, and they still got 10 more minutes and change to do so. Williams, she's just got to learn to pass the ball. I'm not sure she knows how to, though. I literally have not seen her pass the ball yet. Bailed out by the foul. Oh, there she goes. Pass forward to Maddox, who had a quick start. Almost had a couple goals, bobbled it. Meanwhile, we are going to have a punishment laid down, a yellow card being laid out. I believe, indeed, the Braves will be a woman down. And a 2-minute penalty. See if the Trojans can take advantage here. Speed by Maddox, also on the varsity volleyball team. Many multi-sport athletes on the squad, and that can still be some of the problem here. A lot of these players, it's not their primary sport. Maddox goes top shelf. Save is made. Justin's not letting anything come easy. Osmond will try, and the save made again. What a job by Emily Heathcote. I said she was a freshman. I'm reading my sheet back. She's a senior. She's looked like one tonight. Double-digit saves already on her mark, and that's impressive considering how many opportunities the Trojans have had, which is very few. Battle in the middle of the field. Whistle, penalty on the Braves. Excellent job by the Justin Siena coaching staff. Right down the middle and scoring. Beals, wow. That brought a jolt to this crowd. Well, she took off the penalty from the 40, 60-yard dash untouched. Fell over to boot as she scored. Spectacular goal there by Beals. I don't know, wish they had a little bit more of that throughout this one, 6th goal. And it is 15-6 if my math is still all right. The lead again cut to 9. Trojans putting up a fight here in the second half. Hasn't been as easy for the Braves. There's certainly been some adjustments made, but you just wish that 5-goal run, because it was 8-3. Trojans added one to make it 8-4. Looked like, okay, now they have some momentum. They can just hold them there. But 4 quick goals were added on, and it really, you just knew it was going to be very tough for Petaluma to come back from it. Trojans just seem to lose their focus. They've done it in multiple games this year. Let's really let things get out of hand. Here, Trojan defense communicating, but somehow that ball going right to Monteverde, and she slipped it past Mahoney before she even knew what happened. Nice score again, 16-6. Every time Petaluma adds one, the Braves have an answer. 7 more minutes approximately left in this one from Steve Ellison Field. A late March VVAL battle. Justin Siena mentioned their challenging schedule. They really tested themselves against some good teams. They play Cardinal at Concord. Strong D1 school next week in Concord on Tuesday. That's their next game. Braves win. Ball. Does Trojan defense stand up at all? Braves in no rush. I get it to Hollister. At this point, just running the clock. And Trojans, you want to get a little more aggressive here. Monteverde. Centered. I don't even know how Monteverde got back there. Saw her on the far post. Now she's right in the crease. Finishes past Mahoney. It's the biggest lead now of the game for Justin Siena. It is 17-6. 5 minutes remaining. I would honestly love to tell you more about the Justin Siena girls lacrosse program, but full broadcast honesty here. My research was stopped a little short, courtesy of the Tennessee Volunteers and Purdue Boilermakers. March Madness on this Thursday night. Riveting stuff from Louisville, Sweet 16 of the South region, between those two, and I just couldn't take my eyes away. And the Braves, though, don't need much research to deduce them. This team is experienced, they're athletic, they're good, they score a lot of goals. Most of their games, they're not going to lead to the riveting, nail-biting action you can see in March. They get it down the middle again. Just unmarked Clark. It's a multi-goal game for her. 17-6, or 18-6, I should say. The lead is 12. Most goals so far scored this year for Justin Siena, and if the Braves can add one more, it will be the most Petaluma has given up so far this year. 4 more minutes left to go here from Steve Ellison Field. Night is fully descended. Getting dark so late now as we get later in spring, and spring sports have been revving up as well. It was an exciting night last night here at Steve Ellison Field. The boys lacrosse team got its first VVAL victory in school history. League opening victory over Justin Siena to start their season, and a good one too. The Braves came in confident, looking like a good team. And the Trojans jumped out to a big lead. They were up 6-1. They nearly blew it. It got all the way to 6-5. But this time the Trojans held on. And remember, I was here for their league opener against Branson. And they managed to blow a 4-goal lead and lose in overtime. Well, it's a younger team, still learning how to close, but the talent is there. It'll be interesting to see how they do as VVAL season goes on. I think Justin Siena is expected to be top half of the league. The Trojans played excellent. Moser has 2 goals tonight, spinning, turning, knocked away. Foul, though, on Justin Siena. Back to the Trojans. Herrera will take it, lobs it in. Boys lacrosse team will play Windsor tomorrow night. Winnable game against the Jaguars near the bottom of the MBL. It's very similar to boys, or similar to girls lacrosse in terms of VVAL. It's essentially the same league with Justin Siena, one added teams, which just goes to 7 teams from 6, but the same as MBL last year. Trojans, it's going to be tough, though, when they see Casa Grande, and they're going to see them for the first time in a couple weeks. As that one goes in. And we've seen excellent goalkeeping tonight by Heathcote, but he even gets to the best of them. Goal scored Nicoletta Johnson, her second. She had 3 goals in the season opener for Petaluma against Clayton. She's got a multi-goal scoring game courtesy of a misplay, tough bounce, wet turf. 18-7, the score with that one. Under a minute left here from Steve Ellison Field. Also, spring sports, what a season so far it's been for both the softball and the baseball team. Try to be out here at Ellison Field covering the lacrosse teams. But right now, the place to be, Abbey Field for baseball and the PHS softball diamond. Both teams are on fire. The girls softball team, as of the moment, still undefeated. Hard fall there. And he had a thrilling victory over Napa. Probably the best softball game I've ever seen. Coming behind not once, not twice, but 3 times from behind. Went all the way to the 9th inning. The Trojans won. Logan Pomey scoring on a pass ball. Justin Siena has hit the 20 mark. 8 goals in the second half on Julie Monteverde. And you're wondering why 7 looks similar to 1. Well, they younger sisters. The senior pretty good. The freshman following in her footsteps. (20-7). Softball team will face Casa Grande tomorrow. They're 1-0 in VVAL, 7-0. The boys baseball team, they lost their first 2 games of the season, close games where they struggled to hit. Since then, 6 straight victories, including a victory over the Gauchos. They'll play Casa Grande again tomorrow. It's weird, they play Casa just 2 weeks apart very early in the season, as that one's fired and scored. Excellent offensive build-up, excellent finish. Rinse and repeat by the Braves, and they slowed things down, and now they're ramping them back up. Clark has got another one, 21-7. Sounds like a football score. Both baseball and softball teams on the east side tomorrow against Casa Grande. Hope to make it over to cover some of the action. Missed the softball game against Napa. That's up on our YouTube channel. We live stream the baseball game against Casa. We're going to continue to bring you coverage. Our next live stream, April 5th. That's a week from tomorrow as we currently stand. Baseball team faces Sonoma Valley, and the Dragons have not lost a game so far. They're first place, tied with the Trojans in VVAL. That one could decide the VVAL pennant. Sonoma has been excellent. Softball team defeated Napa. They were really the favorites in VVAL. They're definitely in the catbird seat. But a long way to go both in baseball and softball, but right now both looking as favorites for a VVAL pennant. Counting down the final seconds here. We'll see if they get the penalty shot off before the final whistle. No, they're not going to. That's not going to count. Final horn sounds, and that's the game. 21-7. The Trojans' worst loss of the season by far, and they're going to have to do some soul searching after this one as the Trojans use their momentum from the last couple games. A quick start, was tied at 3, and The floodgates open, the Trojan defense just unable to stop Justin Siena, and the offense really unable to keep up and control pace of play. Petaluma will take on Branson next Monday. They've got work to do. It's a young, experienced team, and they've been through a lot already so far this season. Justin Siena moves to 5-3 overall, 4-1 in league, and they sit right behind Casa as they're looking for a VVAL pennant. Trojans, meanwhile, fall deeper into the VVAL hole. They're in second to last place, and at the moment, they're 2-5, 1-4 in VVAL. Stay right here. Interviews are coming up next. We're with Kylie Moser after Petaluma falls to Justin Siena. Now you're facing a really good Braves team. What do you take away from this game?
Well, I thought we did really good. We just needed to work together a little more because we need to mesh a little more. But I think overall we did pretty good.
You had some big offensive plays tonight. How do you use your athleticism out on the field to score goals?
Well, I just go for my instincts. I don't try to overthink things because when I do, I totally fail.
This is a young team. You guys have been through a lot of challenges already this season. Had some seniors that have been out. How do you guys keep your heads up over the course of the year so far?
Well, we know we always need to play a game even if we don't have players, so we need to always prepare for the worst. So I think we've been doing that, and we've been doing a lot better.
What things do you think this team needs to improve on to get some victories as you look towards the second half of the year?
I just think we need to connect more when we make passes and maybe do like crashes and stuff because people just weave through our players.
Thank you so much, Kylie.
Thank you.
All right, we are here with Elise Osman after Petaluma falls to Justin Siena. What can you guys take away when you face a really good team like the Braves?
I really think we just need to talk on the field more. I mean, our communication wasn't great. They were really fast and they had really good passing, and I think we just need to practice. Their defense was different than what we usually see, and so we need to work on that too.
Senior captain of this team, how have you helped lead a really young team?
I think it's all about team chemistry. It's really important it's really important for us to be talking on the field and in practice, just working on our chemistry and getting along as a team.
How do you guys keep on learning and keep on improving over the course of the year? And how does especially your leadership come into that when you have a rough loss like this?
Definitely in practice, we just need to keep working hard and we need to be shooting more and defense needs to be talking more. We just have a lot to work on.
What do you want to take away from this season? It's your last year in a purple and white jersey.
I just want to get as many wins as we can. Have a good season, have fun with my team, and yeah.
Thank you so much, Elise.
Thank you.
That's going to do it here from Steve Ellison Field. Petaluma falls to Justin Siena 21-7. Thought both Kylie and Elise were very eloquent in their answers. This team's got a lot to work on, especially defensively with communicating, keeping up with these athletic teams. Such as Justin Siena, they'll see them again. They'll see Casa again for the battle for the paddle. And even if they want victories, I think with a lot of the other teams in the middle of the league, Cardinal Newman, Windsor, Sonoma Academy, there are a lot of things to work on for this young team. But they've really battled through a lot of challenges. Their heads are still up. The chemistry's still strong. And there's still hopes for this team as they enter the second half of the season. It's going to do it here. For everyone here at Trojan Live, I'm Griffin Epstein. Once again, the final score, Justin Siena 21, Petaluma 7. Good night.